Welcome, crypto fam, to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Pump the likes to help pump the stream, and let's get it. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest Bitcoin, technical analysis, as well as breaking news. It was exactly 2 years ago today. The IMF calls on El Salvador to stop supporting Bitcoin. Since then, President Bukele has been mining with Volcano Energy, raised $1 billion with Bitcoin bonds, and bought over 2,300 BTC. Hashtag legendary. That's right. Also, breaking news, spot Bitcoin ETF expected to launch in Hong Kong in the first half of this year, as per the Hashkey CEO. I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be discussing Bitwise, Bitcoin ETF wallet, attracts inscriptions and rare sat donations with their proof of reserves, sharing the address, which already has over $500 million in BTC. We'll also be discussing the SEC pushes the decision on BlackRock spot Ethereum ETF to March, a couple of months out. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin flashing a bullish contrarian signal amid the parabolic trendline formation, according to crypto analysts. I'll be breaking down his targets for you. We'll also be discussing breaking news, the Craig Wright, aka Fake Toshi, conspiracy, and him being a patsy for someone pulling the string behind the scenes. That's right. This has probably never even been discussed before, at least not that I'm aware of, so stay tuned. We're also going to be discussing the latest with the one and only Cathie Wood. She says Bitcoin is one of the most important investments of our lifetimes. I'll also be breaking down her $1.5 million Bitcoin price prediction. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Now, welcome everyone to the pod, and massive shout out to Zero, just gifted 5 memberships of the channel. So congratulations, Mad Skills, Myra Ferris, as well as Beer and Babes, what a username, D. Clark, and 2 for 1. You've all been hooked up thanks to Zero, so show him some love in the comments section. Family, let me know if my stream is loud, clear, and smooth. Greatly appreciate it. And let me know where you're tuning in from, as this is a live and interactive show. Welcome, McLovin. Good to see you. Dankness, always an honor, broski. Shout out to Jennifer. Good to see you as well. Ghost Stomper, let's get Michael Saylor in early. You got it, man. I mean, popular request for the Giga Chat himself. Here you go.
Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
I'm not saying I'm #1. I'm sorry, I lied. I'm #1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Tell them you got to get it. That's what's up, family. So yeah, welcome everyone to the stream. It is Thursday, and the month of January is flying right past us. We recaptured 40,000 yesterday. Today, we're hovering just above roughly $39,800 mark. Loud, clear, and smooth. Appreciate that, Jennifer. Thank you, Zero. Good mic check. We're good. Fast, welcome from New York. Good to see you. There is no second best, says Fast Machine Media, 100%. What up, my Bitcoin broskies? What it do? Loud and clear, JV. Shout out to the Sea-Dog. People in my country aren't eligible for gifted subs. That sucks. I mean, what's going on, YouTube? Santa Barbara, California. Shout out to Moonstone, and shout out Hollywood Pictures. I appreciate you subbing to the pod. I actually live near Santa Barbara and Solvang, so I used to visit the pier of Santa Barbara with my family actually quite often back in the good old days. Crypto News Alerts, there's no second best. Shout out to Crypto Surge. We #1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 100%. Brian, welcome fam. Put some pineapple on that pizza and let's jump. Let's go. Wait to see Bitcoin raising like a phoenix. 100%. Bitcoin is the phoenix, rising from the ashes of fiat currency. South Mississippi in the building. Shout out to Frosh Fox. Philip, you think Bitcoin will go down to 35? It's a possibility because it's only roughly 5,000 from the current level. However, I'm optimistic that we're more likely to go up versus drop below 38,000. The low might already be in. Consider we already touched just north of 38,000 the other day, and then we started pumping. So you guys let me know if you feel the low is in. So holla at your boy. I'll read as many of these comments out loud as I can. Mike is better than mine. Hey, brother. Shout out to the Bitcoin Cowboy. Shout out Rock. I am not buying Bitcoin. Bangos, envious over the pimpin'. Mike, you guys are funny. Matt, what up? Crypto News Alerts fam, smash that like button. Greatly appreciate that, broski. Sounds like you and I have lived in similar areas of the world, says Jennifer. That's what's up, if you're referring to me. I have lived all over the world. I probably traveled to over 30 countries in the first half of my life, right? I've done a lot of traveling as a young man, and I've lived all over from China in 2010, back in the day, right? I've lived in Medellin, Colombia. I spent a few years in Costa Rica, beautiful spot in Central America. And when I used to live in Costa Rica, I visited most of Central American countries like Nicaragua, Panama, etc. But back then, El Salvador was known to be one of the most dangerous countries in the world. So everyone would advise us never travel there. So it's crazy because since Bukele had become president and adopted Bitcoin as a legal tender, it's now one of the safest countries in the world and amongst the safest in the Americas, which is a pretty big deal. So I can't wait to visit El Salvador. Just saying. What up, Matthew? Baller Bill, passive income. Oh, Hardy. We'll know tomorrow if expectations go smoothly and are likely in the clear. 100% big day today as well, today and tomorrow. So let's dive right into the show, shall we? And shout out to Nipsey in the background living his best life. Look at him go. Welcome everyone to the pod. If you're new, be sure to smash the subscribe button to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. Also important to smash the like. It helps out tremendously with the YouTube algorithm. And hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications to get notified each and every day when I go live. Today is pod episode number 1533. I'm your host, JV. That's Nipsey, the mascot, right behind me. And today is January 25th, 2024. We'll kick it off with our market watch as we do each and every day. We got Bitcoin in the green along with the rest of the market, but barely in the green, trading roughly 39,900. Let's see if we recapture 40,000 once again. And we have Ether barely in the green along with Solana, Cardano, XRP, very modest gains across the board. And zooming out, oh, this is a 1 hour performance. My apologies, fam. I don't know why I had it on the 1 hour, but Bitcoin's still in the green for the 1 day. And zooming out on the monthly, we have Bitcoin still barely in the green. So very interesting. And let's actually check out coinmarketcap.com, get a refresh. The market cap is currently sitting at 1.55 trillion with roughly 48 billion in volume for the past 24 hours. Bitcoin dominance at 50.4% with the Ether dominance, which has been on the decline. It's currently at 17.2%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past 24 hours, we got Chiliz leading the pack, up 12%, followed by IOTA, up 11%, followed by Pith, up 10%. Below that, OKB, Lido DAO, and Monero. Monero, I think that's the top privacy coin in the world. The other ones, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's Dash as well as Zcash. Those are probably the top three. Now, I'm curious, how many of you are bullish on Monero or any of the privacy coins? And if not, which altcoins in particular are you most bullish on? Stacks is another banger, currently rated number 40. Be on the lookout for this one. This cycle family currently got just over a 2 billion market cap. But let me know in the comments. And checking out crypto bubbles to get a visual perspective, you can see a handful with pretty good gains, including Chiliz, IOTA, and Pith, but the majority are in the red and currently correcting. And zooming out on the monthly, safe to say it's a pretty mixed bag. Maybe at roughly 40% of them in the green, roughly 60% in the red. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated at 52, which is neutral. Yesterday, a 48, last week a 63, and last month a 71 in greed. And now checking out the Bitcoin halving clock, and let's refresh just to make sure it's the latest data. We currently have roughly 83 days, 14 hours, 36 minutes, and 20 seconds until the Bitcoin halving scheduled to take place April 18th. That's what's up. Less than 3 months out. Let me know if you're excited for the Bitcoin halving, as I'm always looking forward to the next halving, and I can't believe it's only 3 months out. Let's go. And with that being shared, family, welcome everyone just joining the stream. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm broadcasting live as I do every day from the beautiful island of Puerto Rico. Let's go. What up, Squirrel Bait? What's up, JV? Just a reminder that the most bearish scenario means 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. The most bullish scenario, 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin. Man, couldn't have said it better myself. Squirrel Bait. Well said and sage. There is only 1 Bitcoin. There is no second best. You already know. I bought Tron at 3 cents. I'm happy. Congrats on that, Jennifer. I'm not bullish on Monero because they won't allow it in the United States. Yikes. April 18th, almost 420. Wow, 420, baby. That's right. What if? Because it could vary a few days. It goes by the blocks and such, so it's not determined in stone. So note that. So hypothetically, we could experience the halving in 2024 on 420, April 20th. How lit would that be? pun intended. I like maximum thrills and have crypto bubbles on the 1 minute intervals. Oh, snap, Adam. Do what it do. Matthew says, I'm going to start building them. I buy monthly and we were going $100 now to be $2,500 plus. Won't be the issue. Can always consolidate with Sparrow. Baller Bill says, I'll be chilling beachside in Cancun for the halving. That's what's up. That's what's up. Enjoy Mexico, family. Mr. Matt Cool, 420 halving. Yes, please. What do you guys think? Would you guys like that? Would you guys celebrate with me? It's going to be a hell of a show on that day. I'll tell you that much. I'm expecting 10,000 people on the stream. Nothing less is acceptable. As lit as your blunt. There you go. Cheers, dankness. It sucks because that was McAfee's coin. Oh, which coin are you referring to there? I know McAfee was involved with a few. Mark Cuban thinks Bitcoiners are crap because he's heavily invested in ETH. Go figure. Precisely. He's a part of the club we're not in. So you got to keep that in mind as he owns the Mavs. I don't know if he sold it yet, but they were talking about he was going to sell it and have a massive come up, billions of dollars. Hola, JV. Holla. JV is pumping. JV pump is coming. You already know, JK. We pump the price each and every day. Because when I go live, I think people like to buy. What do you guys think? Let me know. It'll likely be 420 halving within a day or two each way. Precisely, Matthew. There's no way around it. We'll celebrate 420 regardless. We'll celebrate the halving. And we'll celebrate each and every day leading up to the next halving with the pod. I just hit the double perk hard. 420 life. Word. Do what it do, Norm. Barack Monfils Evangelista. I don't know if it should get more stats today or wait till it dip some more. That's on you, Barack. I mean, for the long haul, though, it's kind of irrelevant if you purchase at 39.8 or say 37 when Bitcoin's sitting at 100,000 plus, potentially 300,000 plus by the cycle peak. What do you guys think? 39,000. Bye. I still say 50 G's by my birthday. I'm sticking to it as well, Jennifer. 50 G's by your birthday. 55 G's by JV's birthday. When's your birthday? Ask Dankness. Is Ledger Wallet good? Not recommended from me because there's backdoors and also it's not open source. Those are the two cons. Everything has pros and cons, advantages and disadvantages. Those are the two big disadvantages with the Ledger. So I heard, says Ghost Stomper, he has invested into Monero. Hit it, JV. Let's go, Ben Silva. What up? Oh, never used Sparrow. Oh, is that what you're referring to there? I only know Electrum. Sammy Torres, what it do? Welcome to the stream, family. But keep the comments a pumping. We greatly appreciate it. Pump the likes to pump the stream. But let's now dive into our Bitcoin technical analysis, aka astrology for men. Check out the charts where the Bitcoin price action is likely to go next. Here you go. Bitcoin fell back under 40 G's, baby, after the January 25th Wall Street Open as the Bitcoin price action tested pretty significant support, as you can see here in the Bitcoin 1 hour candle chart. Now, data from TradingView showed another lackluster start to the U.S. session, with Bitcoin failing to claw back lost ground for long. Bitcoin faced a familiar cocktail of downside triggers. These focused on the spot ETFs, now into their third trading week. Outflows from GBTC were around 13,000 Bitcoin for the day. This marginally lower than previous days. Quoting Dan Crypto Trades, the upside is that eventually this will slow down and run out, but it'll take some more weeks until the majority is gone. So he also says today's Bitcoin sent out by GBTC Grayscale comes out to be roughly 13,000 Bitcoin, worth 520 mil. That's a half a bill, family. Decreased from yesterday, but overall still high. The upside is that eventually this will slow down and run out, but it'll take more weeks. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that sentiment. Now, quoting Eric Balchunas, lead ETF expert over at Bloomberg, the good news, GBTC outflow is trending down. The bad news, so are the nines. He also says that leaves us with a total rolling net flow of plus 824 million. Also, ARCB and BitB crossing $500 million is remarkable. Now it's Cathie Wood's ARCB 21 and BitB. Is that trying to think, is that BlackRock's? I forget. Let me know, fam. For any normal launch, its first month, that's considered blockbuster level success. Amen. Now, we know Blockbuster went out of business, but we can still use the term, I guess, right? Otherwise, we'd say Netflix term of success. But anyways, analyzing the state of the Bitcoin order book on Binance, material indicators spied what could potentially rescue the bulls from a deeper fall. Bid liquidity in an area directly below the spot price was revealed, with some of the largest observed for the past 3 years. Quoting Keith Allen, when we have big blocks of liquidity close to price, then the price tends to either to revert. And this works in both directions. Same thing with the resistance. And sometimes it'll consolidate here. Allen added that while the ETFs were creating noise, the scale of the liquidity could not be underestimated. Nonetheless, we're looking at a significant block of bid liquidity right under the price. Other breaking news, as I mentioned in the intro, massive shout out to the one and only Top G, Bukele, also recognized as the Top G by the Top G, the Tate brothers themselves, who were recently giving them some credibility on, Bukele's approach, which I retweeted. Maybe I'll share with you in a bit. But anyways, Rizzo shares here, exactly 2 years ago today, the IMF calls on El Salvador to stop supporting Bitcoin. What did Bukele do? Said this. Gotta respect that. Now, since then, Bukele had been mining with Volcano Energy, raised $1 billion with Bitcoin bonds, and bought over 2,300 BTC. Can you say legendary? Love Bukele. Love what he's doing out there. Now, also breaking news. I've been telling you that an ETF spot is going to be coming out of Hong Kong. Well, this was just verified right here. Spot Bitcoin ETF expected to launch in Hong Kong in the first half of this year, as per the Hashkey CEO, Livio Wang. So let's go. This is called game theory. Not only do we have the 11 ETF spots in the United States, well, one is coming from Hong Kong and also one is coming from El Salvador. I think El Salvador's will be the best because Bitcoin in, Bitcoin out. So there will be no other competition, and that's as per the high priest, Max Kaiser. Now, other breaking news, Google to allow Bitcoin and crypto ads from the 29th of January. It's crazy how powerful BlackRock is. Now that we got the ETFs, Google is unbanning crypto ads, and that's in 4 days, so let's get it. Now, also, quoting Max, banning Bitcoin mining in China May 2021 will go down in Chinese history as the worst strategic mistake since burning all of their treasure ships in the 15th century. And he shared that off the back of this news. China, the world's second largest economy, I guess is number one. India, let me know, fam, is facing significant economic headwinds. On February 5th, the People's Bank of China is set to cut the reserve requirement ratio by 50 basis points. This move is notable for two reasons. It is double the typical 25 basis point cut, and it deviates from the usual process of signaling such a move through the State Council before a formal announcement by the PBOC. Wow. The People's Bank of China. So very interesting indeed, fam. Let me know your thoughts on all that sentiment. My country needs Bukele. I mean, tell me about it. I'd love to replace Mr. Sleepy Joe any day of the week. In fact, you can have him and keep him. Keep him away from America. Does Bukele have any twin brothers? Sis, guys, save it for the main story when they're talking about Cathie. Yes, Cathie is our feature story today. I already know the broskies love Cathie. So David Wong, wrong, number one USA number one, says Hilly Billy Will. Crypto is no longer a dirty word. If Google approves, there you go. What up, Rock? Bought Bitcoin at 100 and ETH at 8. Monero and Pirate. Privacy is freedom. Shout out Mayan Man. Appreciate you tuning in to the pod and sharing. Rock clone. Yeah, we need a clone. Who knows? Maybe he is already cloned. You never know. You know what I mean? Maybe Biden is actually, this is a topic I can't talk about on this network, unfortunately. But later on for the uncensored version, I'm happy to talk about this topic specifically on Rumble later, not now. Creepy Joe, you already know Alice. Wood in a bathwater. Oh boy. Floating your wood, huh, dankness? Man, and that's coming from Jennifer. So I'm just reading comments out loud, fam. Don't hate. JK for president 2025. Who's that? RFK? Who's JK? Or is that you? Your name is JK. Yeah, JK for president. But on a serious note, who do you think will win the U.S. presidency this year? It seems Trump is dominating from my understanding. Does anyone else stand a chance? Let me know. Just got some more sats. Sorry, guys. The price always drops after I buy. Congratulations on stacking them sats, Breck. Let's get it. Hair sniffer in chief. Child sniffer, you mean? Yeah, that too. Everyone should get a DNA test, and the one person closest related to Bukele gets to become the president. I dig it. I dig it. Boone County, West Virginia. Here, the Alpha Info. Cheers, Hillbilly. Dankness. Biden plant. I hear ya. America, no money. Trump. Right on Leonardo. Trump. Fun fact. Trump, passive. So you guys think Trump will win. There were some rumors shared by who's that old military? Is it Roger Stone? The old guy, I think that worked with Trump. He was saying that Biden will likely step down and be replaced by Michael Obama. And yes, I said Michael Obama, and I can tell you more specifically why I say Michael Obama on Rumble. What do you guys think? Good to know you're not in the bathwater, says Jennifer. Are you guys still talking about drinking Cathie Wood's bathwater? I mean, crazy. So we need an Empire Bukele bloodline? I think not, says Flying Tiger. I think we need to learn how to save ourselves and stop being dependent upon world leaders to dig us out of this grave, right? We have Bitcoin, so we have the tools God blessed us with. I do believe that Bitcoin is God hacking humanity. What do you guys think? Hillary Clinton 2024 all the way? I know you're ishing me there, Bango. Trump and Brahm Sawani 2024. Big Mike. You already know David and Hillbilly. You already know. Because he swings a... is bigger. Yeah, you guys are funny. JV for president? No, thank you. I'll be president of this channel, and that's as far as my presidency will run. I'll give 10,000 to anyone that can find a picture of... I'm with you on that, Zero, because it doesn't exist. There's fake pictures, of course, with clothing on. They could put a pillow or something under there, but yeah, those aren't real children of theirs because it's impossible for two men to make a child. It just can't physically happen. It's not possible. God didn't create us that way, Cathie's bathwater has electrolytes. Oh, snap. Now, I digress. I was going to say some things I shouldn't say. So let's just move on because you guys are, yeah, you already know. But our next story of the day, let's discuss this Bitwise wallet, which has been shared publicly. So asset management firm Bitwise made the Bitcoin address of its spot Bitcoin ETF public January 24th, becoming the first of the 10 spot Bitcoin ETF issuers to do so. I think this is good because it promotes transparency. I've been calling for a proof of reserves, and until we see that, we can't trust what they say they have. So kudos to Bitwise. The Bitcoin wallet address received multiple tips. That's crazy. Just because they shared it, they're already receiving tips and donations. Smart. Within hours of being public, including some Bitcoin ordinals and rare sats. The wallet address currently holds inscription donations worth 6,000 and holds a total of 16,000 inscriptions. These inscriptions include 2 RSIC airdrops, 1 Bitcoin Punk, 1 Bitcoin burials, and a quad key, and several others. The account also holds thousands of BRC20 inscriptions. However, there are no valid active BRC20 balances in the account, and you can see that right here. First and foremost, ordinals create Bitcoin-based NFTs by inscribing data such as images, videos, and more to an individual Satoshi on the base Bitcoin blockchain. A Satoshi, as we know, is the smallest unit of Bitcoin, and there's 100 million Satoshis in 1 Bitcoin, which is what's up. Now, the popularity of ordinals and inscriptions created two sides where, on one hand, the pro-ordinals community believes it makes the Bitcoin network more fungible and versatile, while the other side believes ordinal inscriptions often take up extra block space and congest the network, as Max would describe it, barnacles on the ark, like barnacles on the ship that need to be scraped off. While most of the crypto community lauded Bitwise's move to make its ETF holdings address public, a few also pointed out that a single 12,000 Bitcoin transfer suggesting the asset manager didn't send any test transaction to verify the address. That is a little sus, right? But anyways, Alexander shares here, very cool. However, it would be nice to see at least 1 transaction spending from the address. Honestly, kind of shocked they didn't test that before throwing 12,000 Bitcoin in there. That is kind of insane. Imagine making a transaction like that without sending a $1 test or a $100 test. No, we're just going to send hundreds of millions. What if you made an error? That'd be insanity. But you can see the market value as of the 23rd when they shared the address already had $465 million, 11,858 BTC in the trust. Others question the asset manager for using a single key wallet instead of a multi-sig one, which is considered more secure. Multi-sig wallets works like a bank's safe deposit box that requires multiple private keys to be used simultaneously to open it. Thus, with 2 or more private keys, the multi-sig wallet adds security. Additionally, for the crypto asset storage, quoting Peter Todd, while the transparency is cool, what the frick? At putting $500 million into a single pay-to-public key hash address. That's completely insane. Use multi-sig and prove to the world that you're using multi-sig. Now, what's your thoughts on that, family? Let me know. Do you think the other asset managers will follow behind their lead and share some transparency as well with how much Bitcoin they're holding via proof of reserves? Let me know your thoughts. And do you think there are some cons for them sharing that address public? Could it be attacked? spammed, maybe with ordinals, for example, or maybe some bad actors? I'd love to know your thoughts. Shout out to the Hodl King. What it do? Shout out to Surge. Taxes are meant to fund war, not government officials. There you go. 1 minute bubbles is green. Let's go, Adam. Keep me posted. Quid Pro Joe needs a speech therapist. It is unreal. Well, he's now senile. He just starts talking about things that have no relevance. He'll just start talking about ice cream out of nowhere. You pay taxes on the money you make, and then you pay more taxes on the stuff you sell, and more. And what about death taxes? You got to pay those too? I prefer a Glock, no sig. Much left multi-sig. That's funny, Dankness. JB, how come the feds haven't found the SEC hacker yet? I know why. I think you guys know why too. JV passing out alpha info. All you got to do is show up and receive. Cheers, Hillbilly Will. Appreciate that. JV speaking truths today. I speak the truths every day. Daddy-o. Appreciate that. Show off is a trendy. I don't even know what that means. Man versus machine. Crypto, JV, question for you. What do you think of Satoshi's whereabouts are today? Man, if I was to guess, just speculation, because I wouldn't know him personally. It's not like he's my uncle. I'll tell you, he's not Craig Wright. And we're going to actually launch, I don't know what the word I was going to use here, but we're going to be sharing a story I could have featured as the main story, but I've had a feeling that the broskies were more likely to click on Cathie Wood. But we're going to be focused heavily on Fake Toshi and the person behind him running the show, because he happens to be a patsy, according to Max Kaiser. And I did a lot of research into this last night. So I think you guys are going to really enjoy what I share with you with Fake Toshi here today, family, because it's very interesting conspiracy. I'm blowing the lid off. So stay tuned. It was Sweet Caroline to pump the FTX packs. Sweet Caroline, dun, dun, dun. Dankness, Fake Toshi. You already know, fresh. You already know. So, yeah, but good question. We will be discussing Satoshi later on, so I don't want to blow the whistle too early. We don't know who Satoshi is, but we know his last girlfriend. Who is his last girlfriend? Time travelers came back and created Bitcoin. Craig Toshi. Yeah, it just makes no logical sense that Satoshi, who specifically went through all that trouble to be anonymous, would come out, I'm Satoshi. Sure, buddy. Sure. I bet Cathie Wood. If anyone was Satoshi, maybe it's Max. Who knows? That's according to Alex Jones. So, yeah. Is this live? No, Melda, this is not live. Hence why I'm not interacting with you when you ask the question. So, of course it's not live. We never go live here on the channel. Cathie Wood would be Trump's VP. Man, that'd be actually pretty awesome. Imagine that, like a Bitcoiner in the, president or VP. That'd be incredible what they can do for Bitcoin. Craig and Cal, there you go. Fresh knows what's up. We're all Satoshi except Craig, pretty much. Anyone claiming to be Satoshi is not, and everyone else is. So all of us in the stream, we are Satoshi. Everyone except Craig is Satoshi. And also throw in there Roger Ver is not Satoshi because, obvious reasons. Steve Jobs, just because the first Bitcoin white pages were in the old iPhone PDF. That would be something. We know Wozniak is extremely bullish on Bitcoin, co-founder of Apple. But anyways, we still got a lot to cover. Let's dive into our next story of the day and discuss, let's see here, the Ethereum ETF. According to this headline, the SEC pushes decision on BlackRock spot Ethereum ETF to March, which is only a couple of months out, family. Now, the US SEC regulator pushed it back, the deadline, citing the need for more time to review the proposal rule change. Quoting Sherry Haywood, the commission finds it appropriate to designate a longer period within which to take action on the proposed rule change. The SEC made the delay one day ahead of the January 25th deadline. It is the first of several days or delays the SEC can exercise across the 240-day period. The first deadline comes nearly 45 days after the NASDAQ file for an iShares Ethereum Trust, December 11th. And while the SEC must make a final decision on the BlackRock spot Ethereum ETF decision by August 7th, Bloomberg ETF analyst Balchunas predicted a final decision will be made on all pending spot Ether ETFs in May, similar to the way the SEC decided on 10 pending spot Bitcoin ETFs on January 10th. Massive shout out to Fresh. We appreciate the super. He said, kombucha on me. Much love, family. Thanks for the support. Now, Van Eck and ARK21 shares Ether ETF apps have a final decision deadline of May 23rd and the 24th, respectively, while the other three apps, Grayscale Investments, Invesco, and Fidelity, have final deadlines June 18th, July 5th, and August 3rd. Now, quoting Safeart again, next date that matters is May 23rd. Spot Ethereum ETF delays will continue to happen sporadically over the next few months. The next date that matters, May 23rd. Earlier the month, Balchunas has pegged the chances of the spot Ether ETF approval at 70% by May. So what are your thoughts on that? I mean, I got to give him credit where credit is due, because him and Mr. Safeart predicted that those Bitcoin ETFs would be approved like 90% probability, and he was right. So he's saying 70% probability here. We get the approval for the Ether ETFs in May. Now, one of the SEC's commissioners, crypto mom Hester Pierce, recently assured applicants that a court battle won't be necessary this time to convince the SEC to approve the spot Ether ETFs. Quoting the crypto mom, "We shouldn't need a court to tell us that our approach is arbitrary and capricious in order for us to get it right." Preach. However, other industry pundits are less optimistic. For example, Morgan Creek Capital CEO, Mr. Yusko, predicts a less than 50% chance of an approved spot Ether ETF, making the case that the SEC remains hostile towards the crypto industry. Now, what are your thoughts on that, family? Let me know. And do you think that the regulators, the SEC in particular, will deem Ethereum an unregistered security? Because the only crypto that has the green light right now as a commodity, Bitcoin. And we also got to consider that staking is a massive red flag to be considered an unregistered security because there is yield. So since Ethereum switched their protocol 100% and went from proof of work, as was the same with Bitcoin, to proof of stake, do you think they will be targeted? Do you think this is all by design, or do you think they'll still get the green light because there's some shenanigans going on behind the scenes, and instead of attacking Ethereum, they'll just continue attacking XRP and everything else they possibly can? Let me know your thoughts, family. Ethereum is a Bitcoin test network, says JK. They switched to Thursdays, and JV is the burning bush. There is no second best. Like Moses seeing the burning bush. Is this the reference we're talking about? First day is a profit in a month of whale tears, says Marve. Well, congratulations on your profits, family. Let's get it. Bitcoin veterans tonight. You're going to be there. Shout out to the Bitcoin veterans. You're referring to CoinFather. Shout out to the family. Satoshi is Tatsuki Mako. Long up is Byron. Well, we all actually know who is Satoshi is literally because he came forward. I've shared that video, got over 500,000 views on my X account. You know, the Japanese guy. I am Satoshi, but I didn't invent no Bitcoins. Well, you know, it's funny. Classic. So we know who Satoshi is, but you know, the real Satoshi is a different question. CEOs and co-founders, Kaizen, ETH is pointless and will become irrelevant. It is interesting, O'Hardy. Ethereum is the most interesting of all the cryptos, in my opinion, for that reason. The fact that the government doesn't attack it. So I think the founders are clearly colluding with the government, number one. The fact they have a not finite, but a infinite limited, or yeah, no limited supply, a infinite max supply where Bitcoin has a finite limited supply. So there's no scarcity, can't be considered a store value. And if they can just print more, what makes it different than the dollar? I love Jack Mallers' recent interview where he basically threw Ethereum and Vitalik under the bus. I don't want to butcher his words, but it's worth checking it out. And on yesterday's stream, on the uncensored version of the show on Rumble, we reacted to that Jack Mallers interview. Epic. Make sure to check that one out. Satoshi is Tatasukai. I got to look that guy up. I never heard of him. There's about 100 of us, JV. They have a channel only one day a week. Thursdays, Love CNA. JV is the only one bringing the news 7 days a week. Appreciate that. You know why I do that? It's to stand out because there is a million YouTubers that do a show once a week, but not many people can say, I do a show every day, 365 days per year. That takes dedication, hard work, and kahunas. And that's what separates JV from everyone else. That's my advantage. I don't feel I have any extra skill, but I work a little extra harder than the average mofo, hence why you guys are here. So I appreciate that, family. ETH is pointless. You have any idea why there is so much lost Bitcoin? Yeah, people lose their private keys. Of course, people die and they don't give their private keys to their family. They don't do it correctly. You know what I mean? You could be sitting on all the Bitcoin in the world, but if you don't make plans for unexpected demise, then there's no way for your family to recover it. You know what I mean? So it gives a raise to everyone on the network. Satoshis, coins will never move, so you can consider those lost. There's probably, I would speculate, 3 to 4 million lost coins on the network, and it's going to continue to grow each and every year. So as gold will continue introducing more gold, you know what I mean, supply of that commodity onto the market, well, Bitcoin will have less and less, and there'll be more and more lost Bitcoin. So it's the complete opposite of gold. Bitcoin has true scarcity. Gold has relative scarcity. Has Altcoin Daily ever invited you on the show? No. I've never spoken to Altcoin Daily or they've never reached out to me. I've never reached out to them. I know of them because they're I think the largest crypto channel there is. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I think BitBoy had one of the largest channels, probably still does, but now not many people tune in because he got kicked out of his own company. And I think people wanted to see him, and now they have 1 million plus subscribers without BitBoy. And last time I checked their stream, it had less people than JV, and JV only has like less than 70,000 subs, and they're like 1.5 million. So I'm like, something happened there. But yeah. Some of the YouTubers that I have reached out to and then I would consider myself friends or allies with would be like British Hodl. He's always showed me love and is very cool. Isabella, you see her a lot now with, what's it called, with Bitcoin Magazine doing her thing. Let's see here. There's quite a few. George from Cryptos R Us, we've connected on Telegram before. I got a lot of respect for him. And there's a handful of others, but I'm not the biggest networker. I'm kind of just like in my own world, to keep it 100 with you. I just do my own thing. I'm not dependent upon anyone. The other day, Sansmint reached out to me again. We're probably going to do something again. I'll either be featured on Sansmint's channel talking about some stuff, or I'll have them on here, like such as Philip Swift, to do some live technical analysis. We've done that before in the past, was pretty lit. But yeah. You don't need anyone else, JB. Thank you, Chrissy. 12 million Bitcoin lost in boating accidents. There's no second best. Chronos. BitBoy got James O'Keefe. Oh boy, I like James O'Keefe. I respect what he's doing. But yeah, pretty much kicked out of his own company. They even did that to frickin' Steve Jobs with Apple. And then he ended up inventing, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was Pixar, and then selling Pixar for big bucks. I think Disney bought them. And then he went back to Apple in the end. It's crazy. I would never allow that because I don't have any partners. I'm solo feathers and I don't plan on changing. You know what I mean? Imagine being kicked out of the own company. Imagine creating a YouTube channel and putting years of hard work and relentless hundreds of thousands of hours of content. And then someone's just like, you're no longer on the board. We voted you out. Like, voted me out. I created this ish. So I can understand BitBoy's frustration. But then again, I don't know the whole picture, and there's a lot of drama filled there. You already know. Still in pain. That's a constant thing, though. We're all George. There you go. Tom McDonald is doing a new video on Friday. I don't know him. I know of a Frankie McDonald. He's hilarious. He's the guy that does the Bitcoin roars. Bitcoin! The greatest to ever do it. Ethereum solves no real problem. I think Ethereum creates more problems. Yeah, I saw that. I would imagine BitBoy created a new channel, right? So I haven't checked it out, but I'm sure he's doing his thing and he'll regrow it. Hopefully he stays on the straight and narrow. I know he's going through a lot of personal struggles. I wish him the best. Tom McDonald is doing a new video with Ben Shapiro. I'm not a Shapiro fan. I am a Tate fan, though. I'll tell you that much. Pain is my constant companion dankness. Pain is good. I like pain and suffering as well. That's what makes the mindset so strong. That's why I decide to run for 5 miles and sprint as much of it as I can, which is, in segments. But nonetheless, that's why I like working out and putting myself through torture, because it makes you stronger and builds character. Pain and suffering is part of life. And if you could withstand extreme levels of pain, you can go through anything effortlessly. You know what I mean? Another example, being in the sauna at 150 degrees for 30 minutes. Pretty torturous, but it's a good torture. It's a necessary torture. What do you guys think? Personally, I like torture in a healthy way to help you grow, because it's all about the mindset at the end of the day, becoming a better version of yourself, becoming stronger, more capable. You know what I mean? You guys relate to that? Vitalik's mom's releasing her own coin. I heard she's already released her own coin, or someone has released Vitalik's mom's coin. We need the Tates to start making some waves again. They just shared something epic on X regarding Bukele. I retweeted it the other day. Shout out to the Tates, big fan. What up, JV and the Nipster? February 11th, God Candle for our birthday. You have the same birthday, Gains Knowledge? That's what's up. Pain is why I invest in altcoins. There you go, Thomas. God's last blessing might be Bitcoin. ETH will never compare to the OG Bitcoin, but may have projects built upon them. Get it? Right on, family. Keep the comments flowing. Pump the likes, pump the stream. We appreciate it. But let's dive into our next story of the day and discuss a parabolic run-up as per crypto analyst Kevin Svensson. Here's the latest. Widely followed analyst believes Bitcoin's on an uptrend despite the sharp drop from its 2024 high of nearly 49 Gs. Let's keep in mind, we hit 49 Gs last week. You know what I mean? Not too shabby. Bitcoin's doing its thing. Quoting Amir, we are currently experiencing fear, uncertainty, and doubt, better known as FUD, in a major uptrend. This should be a contrarian signal, a bullish contrarian signal. Bitcoin is currently inside of a classic expansion phase, a contraction phase, followed by an expansion phase, followed by a contraction phase. And now the next halving is coming, an expansion phase. And so generally, I am maintaining the bullish bias. And here you can see the third halving, May 11th, 2020. You see that parabolic run up, then we dropped, and then we jumped again, and then we had a major fall off. You know what I mean? Roughly 15 Gs, 16 Gs. And now we're approaching this fourth halving. You already know the next leg up is going to be lit. According to Svensson, Bitcoin can still go lower in price, but retain its bullish momentum. As Bitcoin's upcoming halving event, slated for April, we'll see the miners' rewards cut in half, causing a spike in the demand. Quoting him here, if we break this parabola, then we have to be aiming for our trend line. And if Bitcoin fails the parabolic sort of curvature, well, then we could actually be looking to test 33,000, about roughly somewhere just above 33 Gs, would become the target before maybe rallying into the halving. Now, let me know if you think we can drop the 33 Gs before a massive rally to new all-time highs. Now, so if Bitcoin does continue the bearish price action, I'll be targeting the low 33 range. And interestingly enough, and yesterday I shared some sentiment from Arthur Hayes, who actually put some bets that Bitcoin is going to drop to the 33,000 range. So he is actually agreeing with the sentiment of the ex-BitMEX co-founder. He then says, giving us a nice rally going into the halving likely providing the market with lots of demand. As you can see here, he's expecting a drop to roughly 33 Gs and then shooting up to new all-time highs, surpassing the current all-time high of 69,000, which we reached back in November of 2021. And to watch this video in detail that he did, check the show notes below the video in the description, as everything I've referenced in the show is always in the show notes, so you can research and dive deeper a little later. Now, before we get into our next story of the day, let's check the chat again. We're going to be discussing Fake Toshi, the Craig Wright saga, and what's the latest and insights as well from the High Priest, Max Kaiser, that I bet you guys have never seen on drinking Cathie Wood's bathwater. And her sniffing her farts in a jar, she is now selling officially on her website. I'm just joking, but wouldn't that be something? Fake Toshi, the demons want you to cause pain to others and live in the darkness. If you are able to take the pain and the pain of others, you are a god like what? Word. Double bottom dips and no bouncing makes miners push for the deepest lows. Meow. Hey, don't be meowing with Nipsey right here. You see Nipsey right here? Nipsey be chasing cats. That's his thing. He loves cats. Chasing them, at least. Unless it's a cat that doesn't like to be chased, and then, you know, cats have sharper reflexes than dogs. So some cats, they're not scared at all. Nipsey can run full speed to try to scare them, and they'll just stand their own. And then Nipsey will go the other way. But if the cat runs, he'll just chase right after them. It's hilarious. Not sure what you're asking, JV. Is in the bathwater birth. No, add more 10-20% drops. We can dip around 30,000 without breaking the 4-year cycle. Wouldn't surprise me. I agree with that sentiment. You said she's selling farts in a jar. Yeah, just playing with you guys. She doesn't sell no farts in a jar. That was a story a couple of years ago. There was like an influencer lady, paraphrasing, but she was earning hundreds of thousands of dollars selling farts in a jar. Believe it or not, she would fart in the jar, throw a flower in it, and then, you know, put the lid on it. And then people, I guess, who thought she was sexy and wanted to sniff her farts would pay big bucks. So we jokingly say you can now buy some jars from CW for the right price, of course. Good morning, Raven. JB, what's the second best crypto? Good question.
Bitcoin. What's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. Which one's the best crypto asset? Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay. What's the second best? There is no second best.
Maybe we can sell a perfume as well of hers. That'd be pretty lit. All right, let's dive into this revelation. The conspiracy of fake Toshi. Max blew the whistle, shared some insights, and I kind of connected some dots thanks to his help. So this is actually a quite interesting story. So pump the like to pump the streams, because I don't think you're going to hear this anywhere else. And shout out to Think Differently Academy. I appreciate you. Thanks for subbing #1 Daily Bitcoin Pod. You're the man. All right, here we go. Let's start right here. Craig Wright issued, this is from Jameson Lott. Craig Wright issued settlement offer to COPA members and all parties in upcoming intellectual property litigation. We know he is screwed. He knows he is screwed. No quarter for the con man. Bugs Bunny, no. Yeah, someone wrote, no one who publicly claims to be Satoshi is Satoshi. Yes, it's really that simple. No mercy for Craig Wright. What do you guys think? Let me know. But yeah, here's some more tweets. Kyle wrote, the exact moment when Calvin A and Judas found the perfect patsy. So ultimately saying, and this is a very interesting photo. They say a photo says 1,000 words. Let's just put 2 and 2 together. To the right, you have who we know as, who used to be Bitcoin Jesus. I wouldn't give him that title. I'd call him the Bitcoin Judas nowadays. But anyways, Roger Ver, he's the one who forked the Bitcoin network, creating Bitcoin Cash. In the middle, you have fake Toshi, aka Craig Wright, the self-proclaimed billionaire. I think he's from Australia, correct me if I'm wrong, but he forked the network with Satoshi Vision, claiming to be Satoshi and yada, yada, yada. But what's ironic is these two gentlemen both forked the Bitcoin network and both claim that they're the true Bitcoin, which is interesting. And then you have this guy on the left who is apparently pulling the strings behind Mr. Craig Wright. So isn't it interesting that these three would all be together cheersing saluting with some glasses of wine? Now, Max, clearly an insider. So someone wrote, who's CA? I wrote Calvin. I don't know how to even pronounce his name. I don't know him personally. Ayer. Tell me how to pronounce that name. But Max wrote here, CSW, Craig Wright, is Calvin's Lee Harvey Oswald, a patsy. Now, if you don't know the backstory of Lee Harvey Oswald, he was the one who they claimed killed Kennedy. However, we all know that he was a patsy, and there's a lot more to that story. 3-letter organization more than likely assassinated the former president. May he rest in peace. And we'll talk more about that later on Rumble, because this is a heavily censored community, and I got to be careful about what I talk about. But nonetheless, Max is a smart man, so I highly respect those insights he just dropped. Now check this out. Yeah, I shared that one. Some more insights. Just read how Real Coin Geek covers, and Real Coin Geek is ran by Calvin, by the way. The settlement offer from Craig Wright. You can tell when Calvin is behind something when they post an article by Jordan Atkins, who is not real, just an avatar he uses to launder content into the media. Very interesting. And here's the actual article. I'm going to read some more of the COPA case so you can hear the latest update. Brand new article just published yesterday, January 24th. But I do want to share some more tweets. This is a tweet. Actually, Kaiser messaged me and to give me some more insights about what I was looking at. Preston wrote, Craig Wright's plan has always been simple. So here's the plan. Fork Bitcoin Satoshi Vision to grant himself the Satoshi coins on that fork. Unwisely, he declared war on the entire Bitcoin space, all forks, to try to obtain those rights. Now, realizing he's going to lose, he wants COPA to settle the litigation by entering into a license he has no power to grant. And while giving him the freedom to do what he wants with Bitcoin, Satoshi Vision. I hope COPA declines the offer and kicks his what? There you go. Now, here's another interesting thread. We're going to read this. This is actually posted on a forum back on, I think it was in 2022, January 12th. It's dated. I'm going to go back to that. Another headline, Binance delist Bitcoin Satoshi Vision. CEO, ex-CEO now, Mr. Shengping Zhao CZ, calls Craig Wright a fraud. I mean, a lot of people who are insiders and, OGs, they've known from the beginning Craig Wright is a fraud, hence why he delisted his coin from his network. We all know he's not him. Yeah, But anyways, this is a very interesting thread. Listen up. Old friend Calvin was interviewed by MarketWatch for an article about how after he battled with the U.S. government, he's now backing one of the most polarizing efforts in the digital currency world. Here's a few excerpts. In 2012, listen to this. In 2012, federal prosecutors unsealed an indictment filed against Calvin, claiming he was operating an illegal online gambling business that was taking large volumes of sports bets from Americans. He fought the case from his native Canada and his home in the Caribbean island of Antigua. 5 years later, the U.S. government dropped the felony charges filed against Calvin, who pleaded guilty to a minor offense, a single misdemeanor charge. Now, why do you think the feds would drop a serious crime like that? Probably because he's working with, you already know, probably just like Bankman-Fried is working with them, hence why he just got 5 criminal charges dropped. You do the math. At the age of 60, Calvin returned to New York this past fall, not as an online gambling promoter, but as an evangelist for Satoshi Vision, in which he claims is the true and authentic Bitcoin, because it is the only digital currency that follows a set of rules or a protocol laid out by the white paper that launched Bitcoin in 2008. He organized a 3-day conference at the Sheraton as part of his overall crusade, an effort that includes funding several companies and media outfit dedicated to Satoshi Vision. He says Satoshi Vision is powered by a revolutionary tech that has many useful apps, while the digital currency most people know as Bitcoin is useless. So there you have it. Enemy of Bitcoin. Is he colluding with the Fed to try to destroy and attack Bitcoin by dividing the community? You know what I mean? And spreading FUD. What are your thoughts? And this is very interesting. I'm not going to read it all, but I believe I have it linked in the show notes below the video in the description. And like I said, Binance is delisting. This was actually back in 2019. They delisted Satoshi Vision days after CZ called Craig Wright, the fork creator, a fraud. You know what I mean? But I actually want to read you this newest thing with COPA that was just published. Just under 2 weeks until Satoshi's trial brought by COPA, which is the Crypto Open Patent Alliance, is set to go underway. Dr. Craig Wright has issued a public non-negotiable offer to settle the case. Interesting. His passing off claims against Coinbase and Kraken and his database rights claim against Bitcoin Core, an offer that would put an end to those litigations that prevent Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and ABC from claiming to represent Satoshi Nakamoto's original Bitcoin. The settlement offer is, if accepted by COPA, Coinbase, Kraken, and the Bitcoin Core defendants, involves Dr. Wright agreeing not to pursue any claim connected to the database rights and copyrights in the Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and ABC blockchains. These are the rights which arise from his invention and ownership of the Bitcoin blockchain and would effectively conclude COPA versus Wright, Wright versus Coinbase, Wright versus Payward, and Wright versus Bitcoin Core. In return, his counterparties, which include the partnership of developers and enthusiasts that collectively make up Bitcoin, must recognize that the original purpose of Bitcoin as small casual transactions and scaling on chain and the Bitcoin Cash, and ABC have now separate purposes and uses not contemplated by Satoshi Nakamoto. So this is all very interesting, family. Let me know your stance and your thoughts of what you believe likely is happening behind the scenes. I'm going to read some comments. Robin says, fake Toshi is fake. Satoshi is not somebody who would come out bragging about it. I think we would all agree on that, right, Alex? Possible divide and conquer play? No, 100% divide and conquer play. It seems he was going to jail for a very long time, prison, whatever you want to coin it. Then he colluded with the government, doing the government's bidding, and it seems supporting Craig Wright, Satoshi Vision. You know what I mean? But what are your thoughts, family? Let me know. Smash the likes. I appreciate it. And I heard, you okay, Nipsey? Nipsey was just making some funky noises, so I don't know if he was going to throw up or something. Hopefully you're okay, buddy. Shout out to the Nipster. Show him some love right here. We only get one mascot on the show, so show him some love. I know you can see his eyeball right there. I know the mic stand is covering his face, but yeah. Interesting stuff, though, right? Let me know, fam. What up, David? I follow you and George from CRU for crypto content. Appreciate that. We've now been streaming for almost an hour, so we're going to be diving into our feature story of Cathie Wood, but I want to know your feedback with fake Toshi and this guy, Calvin, and the guy pulling the strings. And do you think this was an orchestrated Bitcoin attack? Because that's how I perceive it, because they very directly been bashing and trying to attack Bitcoin for a long time. Satoshi Vision ETF? Oh, hell no. Nipsey, Nippinator. Nippy is no fan of Craig. Nipsey would bite his balls off, and he's never bitten anybody. I'm just saying. Yeah, that was a Nipsey dump warning. Be ready for a snag up cheap Bitcoin. Oh, that was Wow, that was a BTFD warning. Never thought of it that way. Isabella in the hizzy. Shout out Isabella. What up, Joe buddy? My dog watches the show just for Nipsey. That's what's up. Craig Wright is not invited to the... No, he is not invited. I call conspiracy between BlackRock and Grayscale selling the spot over the counter too convenient. Everything's a conspiracy because all that means is more than one, meaning two or more people are conspiring with a plan. Everything is planned in this world. So I laugh when people say, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. It's like, you don't recognize that everything is planned. Nothing is just, oh, it's just a coincidence. You know what I mean? No say more much. If there was no Bitcoin, altcoins wouldn't exist. Fact. Craig Wright is going to sign in court. You guys better be ready for that. I hate seeing Tesla dropping like hell. It makes me scared a bit for Bitcoin. Elon is a loose cannon. Man, and you know who controls Elon? The same people who control Trump. We can talk about this later, uncensored version on Rumble. I can't say who it is. Not on this platform. Just saying. Who is watching Karate Combat? Wow. Who's fighting? I don't even know who's in Karate Combat. So I take it karate version of UFC, but karate only. Hanging with the water candle. 100% JB. Thank you, T. Dillard. Yeah, there's a video I watched the other day, and it verifies who controls those two people, along with every other major influencer in the world. You think they're all separate and different. No, they all have the same master. They all have the same master. Trust. My dog makes funny noises. Right on. Just like everyone colluding to trying to get Cathie Wood's water and sell it up. And Fidelity bought 4,000 Bitcoin today. BlackRock unreported, presumably more. And when the sell-off stops, yes. Cheers, family. Pump the likes to pump the stream. We're now going to dive into our feature story of the day, the moment you've all been waiting for. Now let's discuss the latest from Cathie Wood and her $1.5 million Bitcoin price prediction. She says Bitcoin is one of the most important investments of our lifetimes in her most recent interview. And I agree with that sentiment 100%. Shout out to Rick. Thanks for subbing to the #1 daily Bitcoin pod. Greatly appreciate your support, family. So let's get it and break down this feature story of the day. As you can see, ARK Invest CEO Cathie Wood recently expressed her views on Bitcoin, saying that it is one of the most important investments of our lifetimes. Preach. It is worth noting that under Wood's leadership, ARK Invest actively manages the spot Bitcoin ETF in collaboration with 21 Shares. In a recent CNBC interview, Wood highlighted Bitcoin's robust security infrastructure, emphasizing its reliance on the world's largest computer network. Quoting CNBC, "We think this is one of the most important investments of our lifetime," says Cathie Wood on Bitcoin. And to watch the interview she did, which we're going to be reacting to exclusively on Rumble for the uncensored version of the show later, check the show notes below the video in the description. Now, despite earlier criticism from prominent financial industry figures such as CNBC's Jim Cramer, aka Inverse Cramer, and JP Morgan's CEO Jamie Dimon, aka Jamie the Tapeworm Dimon, and Peter Schiff, aka Peter Shifty, Wood's recent statements directly addressed these critiques. Kind of like Trump, he gives everyone a nickname. Well, I should do the same for anyone fudding Bitcoin. What do you guys think? She provides a counter argument that emphasizing Bitcoin's intrinsic value and, more importantly, its high level of security. She pointed out that Bitcoin's network surpasses the combined size of the clouds constructed by Amazon, Google, Microsoft over the past 15 to 20 years. And on January 23rd, ARK Invest, under Wood's guidance, liquidated 585,915 Pro shares, Bitcoin Strategy ETF shares, for approximately $12 million. The proceeds were then utilized to acquire 360,830 units of ARK 21 Shares Bitcoin ETF, valued at $14.5 million. Wood continued her strategic reallocation by removing Pro Shares Bitcoin Strategy ETF from ARK Next Generation Internet ETF. This step aligns with the plan to increase ARK 21 shares and spot Bitcoin ETF holdings. On January 22nd, ARK W sold 648,000 BITO units, redirecting the funds to purchase 523,000 ARK B units. ARK Invest intends to continue acquiring ARK B spot Bitcoin ETF units until a targeted value is reached. A previous report highlighted that ARK W had procured 1.04 billion ARK B units, amounting to 43 million, following the initiation of trading for ARK B spot Bitcoin ETF on Wall Street. Now, another fact she recently shared on a recent interview, she shared that now over 25% of her net worth is specifically in Bitcoin. So yeah, shout out to Cathie Wood. Now let's discuss the hash rate achievement and network dominance. Cathie Wood's remarks were promoted by a post from Yazine, ARK Invest Director of Digital Assets, where Bitcoin's hash rate was highlighted, reaching an impressive 500 quintillion exahashes per second. This was presented compelling statistics demonstrating the Bitcoin outperforms the world's most powerful supercomputer by a factor of 500 in raw operations per second. Let's go. Earlier highlighting the scarcity factor, Wood mentioned that she anticipates a significant price surge as institutions increasingly adopt Bitcoin, leading to a substantial increase in value. She emphasized that the path to $1 million token requires more trust. Now, she also envisions reaching this milestone with institutions allocating 2 to 5% of Bitcoin in their asset portfolios, foreseeing an effortless ascent to that target. And speaking of that target, let's actually discuss, because she recently raised the ante, thinking now that we have the ETFs, that Bitcoin is more likely to soar to 1.5 million per coin by 2030 versus her initial prediction of just 1 million by 2030. Let's see if I can get these numbers here from an interview. She wrote here, "We think the probability of the bull case has increased with the SEC approval. This is a green light." That's what's up. Now, she also says that her bear case would see Bitcoin rise to 258,000, so a $250,000 bear case. Not too shabby. Base case, 682,000. And her bull case previously was 1 million, but now she has upped the ante to 1.5 million per coin. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that sentiment. I also like to throw out there that the stock to flow model is anticipating Bitcoin hovering between 100,000 per coin and a million per coin, 100,000 to a million per coin between the 2024 and 2028 halving. Considering we're already in 2024 and less than 90 days out into the halving, what's your thoughts on that? Let me know in the comments right down below. Let's get it. A new ace book is born, says Marfisi. Word? What's an ace book? Cycle following the halving and gets more insane due to the halving getting less and less. Appreciate your insights there, Ghost. What it do? What's up, Melda? Yes, we're still here. Could be crazy. Then we have to adjust. That's right. We make adjustments along the journey 100%. Melda, fiat mine duties keep pulling me away. Oh no. So every cycle is kind of the next super cycle. Pretty much. Another solid job, JV. Keep them coming. Bitcoin, go Bit Farms. Cheers, Nate. I appreciate that, family.
There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? The point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
I need more CUDA cores. What's a CUDA course? Whoa, she looks good there. Who are you referring to? Cathie? How will options impact price this cycle? A big day tomorrow with options expiries. We'll be covering that in great detail. We're waiting for this. In yesterday's episode, we discussed that in our TNA, a technical analysis or whatever. So check out yesterday's episode, especially the TA session. And we should have all the data released tomorrow to know where we stand. Love ya, JB. Well, FYI is JV, V as in victory. Not boy, not B as in boy. I know B and V are very similar. GPU, NVIDIA graphics card, CUDA cores. Oh, CUDA cores for mining. Thank you, family. Thank you, T. Dillard. Appreciate that. Content creators are companies, says One Punch Man. Word. 50,000 by February 2nd, 100,000 just before the halving, and then the all-time high. Send it, Jennifer. Hey, brother, I'm here and stacking buddies. Cheers. DNA Noonan. Dusty Hunt, what it do? We'll break 40,200 in a few. Send it. I have a different definition for TNA. Don't forget to hit that like button. Thank you. JV always talking about Cathie. $75,000 by the end of 2024. I dig it. I think I'm a little more optimistic. I think 100,000's in the cards. Very probable. But hey, even if it was only 75,000 and we hit a new all-time high in 2024, winning. Gotta pee a lot. Great show today. And thanks for the reminder, because I read your username and I think how bad I gotta pee. You guys are awesome. Don't forget to smash the like. That's what's up. Wood Pierce 2024. Who's Pierce? Pierce. Only CUDA I know is a, what? Oh, 426 Hemi. JV is crushing. Cheers, Tiger. Gotta pee a lot. What a name. I love it, right? Gotta pee a lot. I'm that guy. Want to know a true story? I was in elementary school or middle school. I was young. I don't know the exact grade, but I had to pee very bad and used to have to ask for permission, like raise your hand, get called on. Can I please go to the bathroom, sir? And one time the teacher said no. And I held it in and I caused serious damage. And that day I was unable to pee after because I held it in too long and I felt like I was going to die. It was the most torturous moment of my life that I can remember, besides a couple near-death experiences. And to this day, I don't think I can hold it like I would have been able to if I didn't get damaged by actually listening to the teacher and not getting up to go to the bathroom. After that, I made a decision I would just go to the bathroom whenever I needed to go and I wouldn't need to ask my teacher's permission. But just being young and ignorant and respectful, I can't believe I can't believe a teacher denied me the ability to go to the bathroom. I swear to you, it was the most excruciating pain having to pee in a urinal, but can't let it flow because I held it in too long. I don't know. I was sitting there for hours and crying. And I think it damaged my testes. So something I teach my daughters, never ask for permission to go to the bathroom. You just go. You know what I mean? Especially girls, they can't hold it. They don't have testes, if you know what I mean. But real life story, and you made me bring that up just by your username there, gotta pee a lot. Imagine seriously having to go. Can I please go? No, you're not allowed. You'll wait till after the class. 40 minutes? You know what I mean? Like, I'm lucky I didn't pee my pants in the class, for Christ's sake. I probably should have. If I can go back, I would have just peed my pants and taught my teacher a lesson, and I wouldn't have damaged my testes. You know what I mean? Holding it too long feels like an ice pick. It is bad. It's bad. It's the worst feeling in the world. Because if you hold it too long, it's hard to even to get it to flow. You know what I'm saying. That moment a Bitcoiner was created. From that moment, I don't respect your authority. Kind of like Cartman, respect my authority. No, thank you. I hate that teacher. Yeah. Worst teacher of the year award? Bingo. Just caught the live stream, JV. Better late than never. Colorado in the building. Shout out K-Jam. F that teacher. That teacher is a disgrace. Tell him, Tony Jeffries. And it's so long ago, I don't even remember what teacher it was, which is sad. But what was interesting, as you get older, you know, the teachers don't ask for permission to go to the bathroom. That was like a younger grade thing. You know what I mean? And the teacher didn't have the, emotional intelligence to recognize if a child is saying he has to go to the bathroom, he has to go to the bathroom. And so now I'm like, I go often. I drink a lot of water. All throughout the day, I'm just chugging water. So I'm like the type of guy that can go pee every 30 minutes. It goes right through me. You know what I mean? Anyways, I don't know why I'm still talking about pee, but interesting topic. My testes are neglected, says Dillard. Tell them to stop mining around 40. It's embarrassing. Ain't nobody gaining these peanuts. Anyone need future signals? No authority. Exactly, Melda. Just saw a push notification from CoinMarketCap said the Fed to sell 117 million Bitcoin from their Silk Road. Yeah, this is all orchestrated, family. They're trying to crash the price, suppress it as best as they can. Just like when they were suppressing it in the FTX days, anytime it passed 20, Bankman-Fried would dump into the open market. I think 40 is the new 20, and they're trying to suppress it under 40. This is my speculation. What do you guys think? Got to stay hydrated, man. Indeed, better late than never. Much love. He would have let you go pee if you just gave him a yellow river to his face. Classic. My grade 2 teacher called me Groucho Marx. That's not cool. Teachers don't know how much of an impact they have on us, especially as a youth. It affects us for the rest of our lives. You know what I mean? You guys already know. Rubber band on the testes would pee procedure for neutering. What? Wow. Or you ever like have to pee, like gentlemen might be able to relate, and you're in a urinal, but someone's at like there may be 10 urinals, but someone goes right next to you and now you're uncomfortable because he's in your space, even though there's a divider. Just being in that uncomfortable space, it now becomes impossible to let it flow, and you got to wait for the guy to leave. That's the most annoying thing. If there is a urinal, multiple other ones, don't go next to the other guy. It's awkward. And especially if you're a tall man and now you get paranoid, this guy's like in his peripheral trying to look at my piece. Most uncomfortable thing in the world. Have some decency and respect, gentlemen. Totally. You remember the bad ones more than the good ones. 100% bladder mark for sure. Urinals have no dividers are worse. Yeah, I was talking about this yesterday in China. Spent 13 months there, and I taught at a private school, which had normal urinals and toilets like we have in America. I also taught at a highly impoverished public school for elementary kids, teach as an English teacher. And not only did they not have dividers, but they didn't even have toilets. You just pee in a hole, and it's so disgusting. I would have to almost throw up if I went to the bath. You got to hold your breath. I do some breathing techniques, some qigong, get ready, put my shirt over my head, and just pray I don't throw up. It was disgusting, family. Market manipulation sucks. They need to stop the downward pressure and let it bounce. But I'm very appreciative of those times, because living in extreme poverty makes you very grateful for what you do have and some of the luxuries that many of these places will never have. You know what I mean? Guy stand next to you and he is trying to sneak a peek. You already know it's the most disgusting thing ever. It's super sus. If there's multiple urinals available and he sits or stands right next to you, you already know. And I'm short, so I can't peek even if I wanted. I'm 5'6". But if you're 6 footer, I mean, have some respect. Lived there for 4 years. Oh, wow. Where's that? In China? French toilets are great. I don't know if you're being sarcastic there. Having to pee so bad you cry when it flows. Whoa. My piece, my golden member. One of the military schools, they had totally open stalls, no dividers. Talk about getting to know each other. Oh, snap. Steve. Exactly, says T. Dillard. Pinch your nose, pressure point, the urge. Imagine passing out in the... Oh, that'd be disgusting. People need to leave the luxury if they complain and too much in life. Yeah. I guess there's a saying, you don't know what you got till it's gone. And it's so true. Like if you're accustomed to a certain lifestyle and then all that's out the window, it makes you really respect what you had, but you don't realize what you had growing up and all the luxuries that our parents blessed us with until you experience something different. Yeah, I mean, I'm 6'6", and urinals are not designed for us. Who else bought this dip? Let me know. BTFD in the chat. Appreciate it, man. Back to the Bitcoin. Let's go. I peed on somebody because they peed right next to me. And yeah, it happened to me one time. I don't remember when, but I do recall being at a urinal, rocking sandals, and then I felt the pee going. I don't think it was direct. I just think something happened. It's disgusting. So I'll never use a bathroom with sandals ever again. That ruined that. You know what I mean? Nothing worse than that. At least a shoe is going to block whatever carnage comes your way. You know, splashes is very real too. And splitter. Any of you gentlemen experienced the splitter? Like when I was going through puberty as a young man, the splitter is when you go to pee, but instead of one stream, it just divides in two complete different directions like this. Instead of going, it goes everywhere, right? Am I alone in this, broskies? But I remember going through puberty, getting the splitter. And for this reason, at home, I would sit down because I don't want my mom cleaning up my pee everywhere in the bathroom. You know the splitter? Or is that just a JV thing? Because I remember the splitter. I've never heard anyone talk about it or admit it, but I have experienced the splitter, and it wasn't like a 1 week thing. It was like for a couple of years. Double streamer. What causes that? Why does the stream split? I've never Googled it because back then I didn't have Google. I didn't have access to computers back then. Been there. Never pee with an erection while standing. It becomes a water park. Man, now I know. Bro, the splitter comes back when you get older. No, don't say that. Come on, man. I'm not looking forward to that. Try semen on the tip. All right. This is a, not today, but typically it's a family-friendly show. I shouldn't say the Q&A is, but the news is family-friendly. Tri-stream, yeah. When I say splitter, it could have been a tripler. I don't even know what it's called. Is it the Doppler effect, or is that a weather term? Circumcision may be the factor. I think I am circumcised. I grew up Catholic, so I would imagine they chopped me at a young age, so you're right. So you're saying uncircumcised, no splitter? Is that fact, or is that speculation? Splitter is your willy hole winking. Maybe you've had a Prince Albert. I don't know what the Prince Albert even means. You got to enlighten me. Do people realize GBTC declined in price? Negative 12%. Word up. This is why I listen, says Thomas. Well, I hope you're getting some humor out of this, at least make you guys laugh. Yeah, Bernie, my new 2 shirts came in. Buck the Fed, that's what's up. Because banks suck, I dig it. I'm an intactivist. What's that? Male urine stream splitting can occur due to various reasons, such as anatomical factors, urethral issues, or condition affecting the prostate. Appreciate it. I had the splitter all the time. Oh, you have it all the time still? I'm grateful to say I haven't had it in probably in 20 years, but I'm talking about as a young man. Dr. JV show. That's right. Dr. Phil, move aside, big dog. Dr. Axe, get the frick out of here, big dog. I'm here. We taking over. After I'm intimate with my wife, I have the splitter. Oh, okay. Peeing myself off a leather couch. It's a full moon. Does it affect Bitcoin? Honestly, who knows? Gotta pee a lot. We appreciate that. Glad to have spurred such a great discussion. I know, dude. Just by like welcoming you, I spent 20 minutes discussing the splitter. But the AI moderator bot blocks my not super chat. Sorry to hear that. I'm going to have to mess with the settings. Thanks for the reminder. I'll make it less sensitive. I just forget all about it. Thank you, Jumpman Crypto. Make foreskin great again. Oh my God. Imagine being a girl watching the stream. Probably why there's very few females watching the stream. But I would hope they learned something from it. They're probably not familiar with the splitter. What do you guys think? But anyways, family, we're going to continue with the uncensored version of the show so I can talk uncensored and freely, which is each and every day on Rumble. We stream live on both platforms. So the YouTube stream is about to end because I've already been streaming for almost an hour and a half. We're going to move to Rumble. I'm going to be doing some reacts to the new Cathie Wood interview, as well as a brand new clip from Patrick Bet-David regarding BlackRock, which will be pretty interesting. So head on over there and we'll go. We're not talking about a P stream. We're talking about the Rumble, the Rumble stream. This is a split stream, family. So yeah, it actually is a split stream, realistically speaking, but nonetheless, head on over to Rumble and let's get this mofo lit. I greatly appreciate y'all's support, and I'll see you back on the tube at roughly 9 p.m. Eastern this evening. Make it a blessed day. Head on over to Rumble. I'll see you there.